Hello, hello, hello. So this is a really fun server when things are actually happening. But it's actually kind of confusing to find out when things are happening, so we're just gonna go with this, because honestly, people have been doing a lot of work, and so I kind of want to show you guys what people have been doing. Hey, we're gonna fly backwards. If the little sparkles leave me, that means that I have like lost a connection. But we have bars. We have bars. It's good. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Um, It actually kind of looks weird to not have the scrying lens in my face. Yay. We're flying. Whee. We're just keep going backwards. Anyway, so the builder types, what are good at building, have been having a lot of fun with the library. And so now we've got this little casual, less scary and important books. If you want to just sit there and read, um, your casual Witches Weekly magazine. I don't think there is a newspaper in this town. Or, the story of the time the little elf got its toe caught in the mushroom, or whatever, that little type of little story. There's this. I really actually super love this effect. Like, I think that's a really great use of this space. Then there's the gorgeous fireplace with the comfy chairs. Like, they have done a lot. Good night. Thank you. I appreciate you coming by. Sorry, this was. Yeah, I need to figure out a better balance here. Again, one of my problems is like I'm a supporting character, not a main character, so I can't just like hop on and kind of do whatever because there's not that much. That is super. The person is sitting and watching the sunset. Little woodpecker. Oh, hold on. Let me math. 6. Wow, you're 8 hours? Whoa. Oh gosh. Hi, Kreb. Welcome again. This is a completely different change of effect. So here is the great Library of Galerin. It has acquired many more books and reading things, and it has acquired. Why is the prison open? Oh, it isn't open. That's just the office, right? Um, Look, they have sigils on them to prevent being listened to, which absolutely has no in-game effect. That's fun. No, I did not. So this was a collaborative effort by a lot of really good builders, but um, it's fun. A fun little space. I want to go and look at it. I will finally eat the chicken. I'm gonna go test. Yeah. Now, let's see here. So some of the builds on this server were purchased, and some were put together by people who like the build team for the server. But like the general like cohesiveness of it is pretty nice. Um, I want to test the spell I made. Because I made a. Let's see here. Wouldn't it be cool if I remember which one was which? Okay, so Do Not Pass Go is one that sends things to prison, into the prison cell. And No Fighting gives things weakness and slowness. So let's find a volunteer that would have a strength effect. I need a zombie or something. I'm flying around here during the daytime looking for a zombie. Here's zombie. This has caught a turtle and a dragonfly. That's fun. I wonder how many dragonflies we can get on that boat. Are there any drowned? Would there be drowned in the daytime? Yeah, there could be, right? Hi, I need something that wants to attack me, but like not too much because I'm kind of weak. I guess I could put armor on. Hi, dragonfly. Actually, I could hit the dragonfly with it. Let's see here. I genuinely don't know if this will work. Nope, I guess I can't target that. What are you? You're, You're an NPC. You're my painting. You're a dragonfly that I don't trust because as soon as I try to target it, it's gonna move. Here, that's a cow. Okay, here we go. We make the cow weak and slow. Hi, fox. Now the cow has slowness. Okay, you can't really tell with the cow, can you? The cow doesn't want to move. I need to get some wheat to test. Sometimes there's zombies over here that dragonflies move a lot. There, zombie. There are the bats in the woods. No. This is a story-based, heavy lore-based role-playing server, on which I play a witch with a primary, where my primary magic is hex casting. There's also other magics on it, and people can use it, but part of why I was brought in on this project is because of my work doing hex casting. So I've been kind of focusing on that. Hi, crab that wants to keep moving around. Nah, how do I target you? Oh, and then it stops moving. Uh-oh. Road is not there. People who know how to do things haven't come along to fix the road, so the only part of this road that's actually been put in is what I did manually. There are people who actually, like, know things. Hi, Wisp! I'm trying out a slow things down spell, and giving folks, what's going on. So the other day, I was supposed to go explore in the woods a little bit with Arian, and instead, the server kicked me out forever. So that was sad. I mean, obviously not forever, but I was crashing so hard that I'm like still scared every time anything happens. Like, is it going to work? I'm looking for a zombie or a skeleton or something. I don't want, like, the woods are scary. The woods are so scary. And again, that's actually something that I think isn't necessarily known or really conveyed, because I don't know that people understand that. Like, we have people living in the reason like Cloud and Ella can live in the Whisper Woods is that Cloud is incredibly powerful. We see so many of these very powerful people going through these woods that you don't really get a sense of just how much an ordinary person who doesn't have, magical powers would have to, like Cloud level magical powers. You don't get how much they would have to just hunker down in a bunker and would barely be able to, like, go out to try to find themselves food or anything. Like, the reason all these villages are abandoned is because all of these villages, they shouldn't be just villages. They should be armed encampments. And they just were like, oh yeah, no, we'll be fine. Look, we made a clearing. And then no, they just got straight up murdered by all of the terrifying mobs in the woods. And so these sort of ordinary people and wildebeests and things came to Galarin. And now the thing you have to remember is Galarin wasn't built on wildebeest, wasn't actually built on wildebeest territory. Like, this spot was selected by the founders of Galarin because this was a part of the area that wasn't in use, in part because it's so close to Whisper Woods. So then we started having more like regular humans and more wildebeest and things kind of moving into the area. And also, like, wildebeest who always had lived in the woods, like, becoming more intelligent and things. That kind of thing happening. I'm not getting it exact because, I'm not actually the author of this. And so they came to Galarin and said, hey, can we live inside your protection? And, like, Galarin was relatively new and didn't have a lot of infrastructure and stuff. I mean, relatively. I mean, when you're dealing with people who live thousands of years, right, it's kind of confusing. So they're like, the Witches Galarin are like, yeah, we can make an area safe for you so that you're not facing the like constant battle against the dangers of the Whisper Woods. But you know, we don't have any ability to like help you build homes and stuff. We can give you land that is safe. And so this is what you see here is you see where everybody came to live in land where it was safe. So but part of why this is so bad is because the Bone Dweller over here basically was like, oh, this is a great use. You know, if you're going to put these people, I don't know who came first. Honestly, I could see the Bone Dweller being like, oh yeah, nobody's gonna notice I'm built here. So I don't know which way around it was, but the Bone Dweller basically goes and sucks like the life. Like literally, these trees are not dead because the soil. Well, the soil might be dead too, but the Bone Dweller is, you know, such an takes the life force of things in order to fuel their magic. These poor iron golems are really just having the worst day with these trees. Like, they know how to go up, but they don't know how to go down. So when, you know, a few hundred years later, people come in and they go, oh, the witches of Galarin have forced, you know, people to live in poverty in the slums. So it's like, it's not quite like that. Like, the deal was that you would get the amazing magical protections that stop you from having the monsters that will absolutely just kill you one off. Now, the Great Witches, I'm one of them, do know that the Bone Dweller is a problem, but can't actually really do anything about the Bone Dweller right now because that's going to involve a really just massive conflict that's going to look bad to diplomatic partners. By the way, Wisp, this is super spoilery for you, so feel free to pop out whenever. Now, one of the things that I did, because the Mickey should really just, when the compromise was made, like I could accept it, but kind of hated it. You know, I kind of went along with it for like the good of, you know, the good of the greater good type of thing. But I recently went through and placed magical blocks in all of the roofs. It was raining. It was raining in somebody's house. And so I just went through and fixed up every single roof in the slums. It is something that well, the Bone Dweller has been distracted with another little project. But, you know, that is actually a deliberate challenge. Like, okay, you've been sucking away people's lives to power your magic. I'd like you to remember that the only reason you're allowed to just have this space where you can suck away people's life is because of an agreement, and you need to be holding to that agreement. And I don't know what the exact border is, but there's been signs of the Bone Dweller's influence further up here into the city. You made an agreement with the Bone Dweller. Nobody's talked to the Crimson Witch over here, who literally offered to kill people for me if I asked them. Nobody has made a deal with this one with their warden summoning crystal, and no one has made any sort of treaty or arrangement or agreement with the dweller in the dead spider house who is asking for illicit magical items. And it's all like, you know, it's all very well and good to say, oh, well, but the Great Witches are just going to be studied. No, we've learned that a legendary witch was causing trouble and making it so that children might die, and they had to be taken down by a couple wildebeests, her own daughter, and incredibly an incredibly powerful witch that legendary witch raised from the dead. So yes, I will be going down to the other end. I will be going down to that end of town and taking a look because as much as I think it's important to develop new spells and new magics, it's also important that we know what on earth is going on in our own land when we're getting ready to possibly face, um, you know, enemies on both a global and possibly interstellar scale. Meanwhile, regular folks up here just kind of chill out and hi duck. Yeah, see, these guys love us. Then, come on, brain. So meanwhile, while all that's going on, um, somebody has opened up a hole through the bedrock and has released the void into this world, which is fun, right? Like we love a good void. Um, Problem being, the void going into a world means you just have a few years until you don't have a world anymore. So there's that. And while all of this is happening, our good friend, our good friend with the many eyes, is still. I don't want to say toying with because really, like, our power, the witch's power, comes from that one. Uh oh, there's cannons on this. Yep, I am flying. Yep, hello. Not like that, I'm not. Let's try that again. Hey, did you know you can't jump in the water? Come on. There we go. Okay, 12 years later. It's actually a fairly simple spell. Actually, let's see if I have the good. Oh yeah, this is my teleport spell. Hold on. Renew flight. And then we'll pop this in here. So the flight spell is pretty basic for this magic mod. I'm going to read that in. It's really small so you can't see, but basically this takes 10 and 10, multiplies them by each other, duplicates again, and multiplies again. So this is a 10,000. Yeah. So this is a 10,000. So in a radius of 10,000 blocks, I can fly. That sounds so much fun. Oh my gosh, I would love that so much. Does it so like was it all the way the full depth of the trampoline or was it like just kind of a damp thing? This is such a pretty, like, can you believe how cute this house is? I love it so much. Like, it's such a fun design. There's actually a lot of just really fun houses. That So all these like super fancy ones were part of like a build kit. Like you buy them and then you get the schematics and you can put them on your servers and stuff. This one weirdly, this whole bottom part like didn't come through. I don't know what it's actually supposed to look like, but I threw it in just like a matching wall to match the front, so it was helpful. Okay. Well, trampolines are good. Um, so that's a little bit of the backstory of this place from a perspective. Hey, why is this place not finished? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you're on a break. So theoretically, actual lore will happen on this. Oh, I just realized that they actually finished up this pond. Okay, that's looking good. Um, It's a fun little labyrinth. It's a little maze. It's not a labyrinth, it's a maze. Who's flying? Now, see, these guys are probably still goofing around. Because the owner of that house, his butler, was murdered by vampires, recently. And this person hasn't been around forever, so his house has started to get really dusty. Like, really dusty. And yeah, let's go have some fun. Just a little bit. Whenever I get on this server and there's nothing really going on, I make random builds that may or may not ever actually have anything to do with lore. So, we're gonna just go here. This will be better. And we're going to do the slab. There we are. And we're going to go like that. That doesn't actually make sense, so we won't. Maybe we'll change it back. And, you know, let's get some stairs too, because I think a few more broken spots would be good. There, nope, that was the wrong way around. Let's do that. Yeah, that looks kind of more broken up, right? I feel like I should do one more, maybe not that way. Oop. Oh no, you were right the first time. Let's hold on. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, nope, there we go. Now that's getting more and more broken. I can't do it with the stairs there. Okay. This way. Cool. We are... Nothing really comes from those because it is actually another dimension and they don't have like a mechanism. You know how like piglins can come with another? They don't have a mechanism for it. Yeah. Well, so the idea is, so we actually blocked, that's a mind cells prison. And we blocked it off together with some deep slate. And I have been going in and acting like things are breaking through, because I just do that. Like, I've been making so many like secret rooms. Nobody lives here yet. Is the dome? Hold on. Is the dome only on the inside or is it on the outside too? Oh, it's only on the inside. Okay, well I can't make a secret room in there then. Shoot. One problem I have is, so what, like, one of the fun things to do on the server is to, when people are doing lore, you go into spectator and you watch. But when I go into spectator, the sparkles stay, so I have absolutely no visibility. This has not been built at all. It is very dark. Wow, that is like incredibly dark. Hold on, do I have a light spell? Probably. What if I was like organized and always put my spells in like the same order in my... Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. No, but seriously, why? Okay, actually, why is that like that? Well, somebody else can have to deal with that if they do get it. I think that might be a fairy house, but when a bunch of... Hold on, let me make sure I've got this right. So I just discovered our outdoor faucet connects through to our kitchen, so that's awesome. So there are some witches, not local Galarian witches, but witches from another country, that use fairy parts to fuel their magic. And so the Queen of the Fairies said, yeah, we are not staying. We are not having anything to do with witches whatsoever, and you have to leave. And so all of these, like, a lot of these were houses where fairies lived, and now they don't. Because, in fact, they used to live there right next door to where witches live, because that is our little witch's house. Like, we literally had fairies and witches living right by each other, and the Queen of the Fairies was like, no. Until the witches get until the witches that claim to be our friends get the evil witches to stop using us to make magic, we're out. We're just no. You had if you want to claim friendship with us, you need to demonstrate it by stopping us from stopping that. By stopping that. Well, let's try doing things. And so that was fun. Hello, kitty. I only need armor when I'm actually going into the woods for stuff. I feel like I should put more away here. Maybe I should put those. Like, I probably don't need to keep the spells on me at all times, but it always feels like whenever I need. Yeah, I know. Just like every time I put it away, I need it, kitty. This is Ivitas. My house is designed entirely for flight. And over here, we've got little Opal. Opal's the dumb one. But, yeah. She's so calm that you can just, if you've got like little trinkets and things, you can just kind of balance them on her side and she'll let you balance like 10 of them. Not like stacked up, but just kind of spread out. Hello, what do you like? Oh, I'd like you to not be rude, that's what I would like. So, what was one thing and another? Oh, and it's looking like the witches that were using the fairy parts, it's looking like they're gearing up to want to attack Galarin. So we've got quite the motivation to get ready to face them. Galarin can't face them. they have serious combative magic that we can't, like, we just don't have the strength. A lot of our young people they weren't killed, but they were devastated um, in a massive battle at their school. I mean, there's only ever like 12 great witches in the world, and we do have three. We have like four of them here in Galarin, but the enemy witches, the fairy killers, they have they've got great witches as well. And it's looking like maybe some of the legendary witches are doing some kind of trouble. And the daughter of one of them, the daughter of Zeniba, who is the one who had kind of just fought in this, who started the battle in the school. She's come to this town, and she's basically both given a warning about the void coming, although we had kind of known that the void was starting to come. Yeah, there are so many dragonflies here. It's actually kind of weird. I think part of why it feels like there's so many of them is that they're so giant. They're so giant. And Zaniaba's daughter has come to warn us that the uh-oh. That's not a good sign. Why, I cannot open book. Can I open this book? No, that's not how that works. Can I open this book? Okay, so I can do that. I can read that one. I can't open up the hex notebook. That's beautiful. All right. So do you suppose I know what this actually looks like? Let's try counterclockwise. Let's try that. We're gonna go. Pattern isn't associated with any action. Shoot. Yeah, I don't remember what bone meal looks like. I can find it. I can find it. Be better if I could find it with the book, but I can't, so that's cool. Control F on meal. Overgrow. Oh, it's way bigger than I thought. Hold on. It's counterclockwise, then double counterclockwise. Okay, so I had to set it backwards. And then we've got. Oh, this is so interesting. I love everything. Right. Wow, can we please do that? We're going to target this block with a block targeting. Excuse you, rude. Okay, block target the block. Counterclock. Megafauna. Yeah, I think, given the size of them, I think they must be something. Or maybe they took the magic. There we go. That one patch. That one patch of ground. Actually, let's go ahead and write this into a spell book. Now, I don't really need to bone meal things, but people have said that they're gonna do stuff, and I want to do stuff. I want to participate. And let's grab a new space in the spell book. Spell for others, crouch spell, friendly flight, detect living, clear the weather. This is literally just the knowledge. This is literally just where my library is. This sends people back a direction for where they are. Hello, emergency temporal shift. Sentinel. Location for my office. Buttons, lava down. Teleport, general. Sudden tree is kind of fun. Look at the food. Actually, I don't think 1 or 2 selection currently has anything on it. Because that was, yeah. And we will write that into 1 or 2 selection, even though it's actually bone meals. And let's go ahead and just bone meal their pond a little. It's so beautiful. Look at that. Definitely what everybody wanted. Whee! Hey, you. Magical bone meal. Whee! Okay. Am I going to remember that that's what I put on there? Probably not. Let's talk to this guy. Hello. What do you have to say? Nothing. Okay. Guess you're just enjoying the world, huh? Alright. So people is still doing sillinesses. Oh yeah, nope. They are just goofing around. One, yeah. But that's why I don't do much stuff. Come on. Pig, you can do it. I believe in you, Piggy. Come on. Can I pick you up? Yes, I can. Okay. Oh, let's try that again. There you go. You can live your life as a happy little pig with your face stuck in the wall. Go free, little pig. Go free. Stop walking. There you go. And after, so I have it set for, I want to say 5 seconds. 1,000, 4, yeah. So yeah, after 5 seconds, it goes away. But that is a slowness 10 effect. The pig was also weak. So if the pig had wanted to punch something, it wouldn't have worked very well. Can you imagine this is your commute every morning? Oh gosh, I forgot my coffee. Ah! It would be so stressful. Health and safety is not a factor here. Piggy punch! I mean, I do have a knockback spell. Let's see here. Hi, cow. So, you observe the cow is looking this way. Hold on. Cow can go back. Haha. Haha. Knock the cow back. I don't know why I thought that we'd be able to do anything this early in the day. Nobody ever does anything on this server before like 12 p.m. my time, which is super fun for the UK folks because like it's always so late for them. Maybe a pig has a knockback spell. Exactly. Piggy punch. Actually, that that would actually be a funny effect. How would I do this? So basically, what if there was a spell where you hit somebody and then it like launches you backwards a little? Like when you hit somebody with a spell, it launches you backwards like it bounced off a shield? That'd be such a cool effect. And I'm also pretty sure that these were these flying houses, I'm pretty sure that they were fairy houses as well. Until they were all just warned by their queen to leave. So we have all of this going on, all of these huge, just, oh my gosh, just so many challenges. There's so many challenges for the Great Witches of Galeran, and the other members of government. And meanwhile, we've got random people trying to making trouble and getting mad because like we're not fixing their individual level problems. You know? It's stressful. I probably should have put amethyst on this tree. That would have looked cute. But yeah. So I have a mix of nothing's actually happening that I thought was going to be happening and probably won't be happening for a few hours, and finding out that another pipe has broken in our house and is putting water into it. So we'll just call this one a chit-chat and recap. Chit-chat and recap, and I might come on the server again if I actually see people on. So this will be it for now. I appreciate you guys coming by. Bye!